Hello there, Simon and Franchi of Simply Whisky. You better make sure you've got super fast broadband for what's about to come. Franchi is going to do one of Burns' greatest poems, Shanter. If you're not wearing a hat, put one on and then hold on tight. Franchi, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Simon. Shanter, a tale. When Chapman Billies leave the street and drouthy neighbours meet, as market days are wearing late and folk begin to tack the gate, whilst we sit boozing at the nappy, getting fou and unca happy, we think now on the lang Scots miles, the mosses, waters, slaps and stiles that lie between us and our hame, where sits our sulky, sullen dame, gathering our brews like gathering storm, nursing her wrath to keep it warm. This truth, fand honest Shanter, is he for air, ye nicht at canter. All there where near a tune surpasses for honest men and bonny lasses. Oh Tam, it's thou but been so wise as ta'en thine ain wife Kate's advice. She told thee well thou was a scaling, a blethering, blustering, drunken, blelling, that frae November till October ye market day thou wasna sober, that ilka melder with a miller, that sat long as thou had siller, that every naig was called a shoe on, the smitten thee got roaring foo on, that at the Lord's house, even on Sunday, who drank the curtains in till Monday. She prophesied that later soon thou would be found drowned and down, or catched with warlocks in the muck by Alloa's old haunted cuck. Ah, gentle dames, it gars me great to think how many counsels sweet, how many lengthened saged advices the husband frae the wife despises. But to our tale, ye market nicht, Tam had got planted, uncorrect, fast by an ingle, blazing finely with reaming swats that drank divinely, and at his elbow, Suitor Johnny, his ancient trusted drouthy cromie. Tam looed him like a very brother. Fight, they'd been fou for weeks together. The nicht drave on with sangs and clatter, and aye, the ale was growing better. The landlady and Tam grew gracious, with favours secret, sweet and precious. The suitor told his queerest stories, the landlord's laugh was ready chorus. The storm without micht rare and rustle, Tam didn't mind the storm a whistle. Care, mad to see a man so happy, and drowned himself among the nappy. As bees flee hame with lades of treasure, their minutes wind their way with pleasure. Kings may be blessed, but Tam was glorious. O'er the ills of life victorious. But pleasures are like poppies spread. You seize the flower, its bloom is shed. Or like the snow falls on the river, a moment white, then melts forever. Or like the borealis race that flit, or you can point their place, or like the rainbow's lovely form, vanishing amid the storm. No man can tether time nor tide, the hour approaches, Tam maun ride. That hour of night, blood carch the keystone, that dreary hour he mounts his beast in, and sick a nicht he tacks the road in, as near poor sinner was a broodin'. The wind blawed as 'twad blawn its last, the doubling storms rose on the blast, the speedy gleams the darkness swallowed, loud deep and lang the thunder bellowed. That night a child might understand. The deil had business on his hand. We'll mount it on his grey mare Meg, a better never lift that leg, Tam skelp it on through dub and mire, despising wind and rain and fire, whilst holding fast his good blue bonnet, whilst crooning over an old Scots sonnet, whilst glowering round with prudent cares, lest bogles catches unawares. Kirkalloway's drawing nigh, where ghasts and hooligs nichtly cry. By this time, he was crossed the ford, where in the snow the chapmen smored, and past the Burks and Meikle Stane, where drunken Charlie Bracksneck Ben, through the winds and by the cairn, where Hunter fund that murdered bairn, and near the thorn aboon the well, where Mungo's mother hunged hersel. Before him, down pours all her floods, the lightning flash from pole to pole, near, more near, the thunder's roar, whilst glimmering through the groaning trees, Kirkalloway seemed in a blaze. Through ilka bore the beams were glancing, and loud resounded mirth and dancing. Inspiring bold John Barleycorn, what dangers thou canst make us scorn. We tip an ee, we fear nae evil way. Ishka Bay will face the devil. The swats say reamed in Tammy's noddle. Fair play, he cared nae deals a boddle, but Maggie stood recht stare astonished till by the healing hand admonished, she ventured forward on the licht, and whoa, Tam saw an unco sight. Warlocks and witches in a dance, nae cotillon brent new fae France, but hornpipes, jigs, strathbays and reels, put life and metal in the heels. A one-at bunker in the east, there sat old Nick in shape a beast. A towsy type, black grim and lairds, to gear music was his charge. He gartered pipes and gart them skirl till roof and rafters added dirl. Coffins stood round like open presses that showed the deed in their last dresses, and by some devilish cantrip slicht, each in its called horn held a licht, by which heroic Tam was able to note upon the haly table a murderer's banes and gibbetairns, twa spanglang wee and christened bairns, a thief new cut it frae a rape with his last gasp, his guard did gape, 5 tomahawks with blood red rusted, 5 scimitars with murder crusted, a garter which a babe had strangled, whom his ain son alive bereft, the grey hairs yet stacked to the heft, when mair a horrible and awful which even to name would be unlawful. 3 lawyers' tongues turned inside out, with eyes seemed like a beggar's clout. 3 priests, hearts rotten black as muck, like vile stinking in every nook. As Tammy glowered, amazed and curious, the mirth and fun grew fast and furious. The piper loud and louder blew, the dancers quick and quicker flew. They crossed, they set, they reeled, they cleek it till Ilka, Carlin, Swat and Reek it, and coosed her duddies to the wark and liking at it in her sark. Oh, what time had they been queens, oh, plump and strapping in their teens. Their sarks, instead of creechy flannin, been snow white 1700 linen. These breeks of mine, the only pair that ain't for good a blush blue hair, I'd have given them off my hurdies for a blink of they bonny birdies. But withered beldams, old and droll, rigwoody hags would spin a fool, louting and creaking on a crummock, I wanna never turn my stomach. But Tam kent what was wit fu brawly. There was ye winsome wench in Wally that nicht, enlisted in the corps long after kenned and carried shore. For mony a beastie did she shot and perished mony a bonny boat, shook baith meikle, corn and bear and kept the countryside in fear. Her cutty sark o Paisley harn as a lassie she had worn, and longitude though sorely scanty, it was her best and she was vanity. Thy little kenned thy reverend granny that sark she coughed for her wee nanny. With 12 pound Scots 'twas all her riches would ever graced a dance of witches. But here my muse, her wing mincure, sick flicks are far beyond her power, to sing how Nanny lapping flying, a supple jade she was in strang. How Tam stood like ane bewitched, thought his very ee enriched. Even Satan glowered and fished fu fain, and hotched and blew with micht and main, till first ye keep a sign another. Tam tint his reason all together and yells out, "Well done, Kitty Sark!" And in an instant, it was dark. Scarcely had they Maggie rallied when out the hellish legion sallied, as bees bazook with angry fight, when plundering herds assail their bike, as open pussies mortal foes, when pop she starts before their nose, as eager runs a market crowd, when catch the thief resounds aloud. So Maggie runs, the witch's folly, with money and eldrick screech and holly. Ah Tam, thou get thy fearing, and held a roasty like a herring, and vain thy Kate awaits thy coming. Kate soon will be a wolfy woman. Now, do thy speedy utmost, Meg, and win the keystone o' the brick. There at them though thy tail may toss, the running stream that dare they cross. But ere the keystone she could make, the faint a tail she had to shake, for Nanny, far before the rest, hard upon noble Maggie pressed, and flew at Tam with furious ettle. But little wished she Maggie's mettle, ye spring bro for master hail, but left behind a rain grey tail. The carlin clottered by the rump, and left poor Maggie scarce a stump. Now, what this tale of truth shall read, ilka man and mother's son take heed, whene'er to drink you are inclined, or cutty sarks run in your mind, think you might buy the joys o'er dear, remember Tam o' Shanter's mare. Thank you.
Come on, right? Amazing! Franchi, well done.
Hey!
That was magic. Hope you all enjoyed that. Amazing.